All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Once again, it is Friday night. It is 7 p.m., and it is time for another live stream. We've got something fun to do this week. As you all can tell by the title, we have Olympic class trivia. How much do you know about Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic? That's what we're going to find out tonight. But before we get into our little trivia contest for this week, White Star Lines. Yep. How you like the shirt? There you go. So before we get into that, though, we do have two news items, which coincidentally, Britannic was in the news this week. How about that? So let's get into a couple of news items this week. And first up, we have the USS Cobia. As we all know, she went to dry dock last week. Restoration work has begun on the Cobia. And this is from the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Before and after shots of the work being done on the underwater hull. The underwater hull was scraped, pressure washed, and blasted. We used Seaguard Marine epoxy from Sherwin-Williams to prime and paint the hull. The hull is in excellent condition and will only require a few touch-ups along the waterline. Next week, Cobia will be refloated and shifted so that they can paint the areas currently sitting on the blocks. Our work continues topside with a proactive approach to structural repairs, addressing issues that were not resolved during the 96 dry dock. The remaining torpedo tube shutter doors will be removed for cleaning and inspection. New gaskets will be installed on the torpedo tub muzzle doors, further ensuring the vessel's safety and integrity. So let's take a look. As you remember, we looked at some photos last week of the Cobia, and the entire underwater hull was covered in mussels. You can see here in this Earth image, they have removed all of those. I wonder how much weight that actually took off of the vessel when they got all of that stuff off. So let's see. Next up, here's another shot of her. Looking good here. Again, all those mussels are gone. Another shot. That's the same image. And here you can see the hull is primed. Looking very nice. And here's the painted hull. Looks even nicer. All, well, not, I wouldn't say shiny and new, but it's painted flat black. So, but, you know, nice and new looking. So I'd imagine this is probably not going to be a very long dry docking. We know Kid has been in dry dock for over a year now. And by the way, Kid's doing a video right now as well. So after we're done here with our live stream, make sure you go to the USS Kids YouTube channel and check out the video that they are premiering. It's not a live stream; they're just premiering a new video. But let's move on to Britannic here. So let's zoom in. This is off of Britannic. And let me pull up the article here. Artifacts recovered from Titanic's sister ship, Britannic. Divers have recovered artifacts from the sister ship of the RMS Titanic. The dives of HMHS Britannic were conducted in May, but the details of what was found were released by officials in Greece this week, the BBC reported. A team of 11 deep-sea divers brought up the ship's lookout bell, a navigation lamp from the port side of the ship, binoculars, Turkish baths, ceramic tiles, and items from first and second class cabins. Conditions at the wreck site were particularly challenging due to currents, depth, and low visibility, the team said. The group was put together by British amateur historian Simon Mills and supervised by Greece's Forum of Underwater Antiquities. Excuse me. Mills is the founder of the Britannic Foundation. Some items that were expected to be recovered could not be because of their condition and location. Those that were able to be recovered were brought to the surface by airbags, put in containers, and then cleaned of marine organisms. They will be taken to the EUA in Athens for conservation before being put on display at the National Museum of Underwater Antiquities in Piraeus. They will be housed in a part of the museum that focuses on World War I. Britannic, which was the third of the White Star Line's Olympic-class ships, was sunk by a German mine on November 16th, 1916. I thought it was November 21st. I don't think that's correct. I always thought it was November 1st, unless I'm just having yeah, it is November 21st. They got the date wrong. But anyway, was being used during World War I as a hospital ship and was carrying 1,065 people when it struck the mine. 30 people died when 2 lifeboats got pulled into the ship's propellers. The ship sank near Kea in the Aegean Sea during its 6th trip, taking injured soldiers from the Middle East to the UK, and went down in less than an hour. Britannic was the same length as its more famous sister, Titanic, at 882 feet long, but had a wider berth, like 2 feet. Of the 3 ships, only the RMS Olympic had a long life carrying passengers. It was launched in 1911 and sailed for 24 years after undergoing safety improvements following the ill-fated maiden voyage of Titanic. Olympic was sold for scrapped in 1935. So there we go. Oh, by the way, I did not stop a moment to say hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Mr. Ozzy Potato Room Man. We've got Buddy. We've got Age Forgotten. We've got Anna. Welcome, everyone. So what we're looking at here is a ship's bell from Britannic, one of the artifacts recovered. And next here, this is one of the port side navigation light recovered off of Britannic. Next up is a sink from the second class cabin, one of the second class cabins. White Star Line plate. You can clearly see their name right here. And the last thing, or not the last thing, this is not pictures of everything they recovered, but this is some serving trays that were on the ship. They would have been nice and silver and shiny when they were brand new. You can clearly see they've rusted over time. I'm going to assume they can restore these things because why would they take them off of the rack if they couldn't, and they intend to display them. So that is it for our news this week. And let's see. Uh, Bear with me a second. I hope so. They look beautiful, right? Okay, so let's get into this week in history. First up, September 15th, 1949, The Lone Ranger, originally a radio series, debuts on television. I was not a big Lone Ranger fan. Like I said, I was not a big Lone Ranger fan. I was not a big Gunsmoke fan, but Bonanza was my jam. As far as all those Western shows, Bonanza was my jam. Next up, excuse me, clearing my throat. Here we go. This guy should look familiar to everyone. September 15th, 1978. Muhammad Ali won the World Heavyweight Boxing Championship for the third time with his victory over Leon Spinks. Age neither for you. Hi-O Silver. Next up, September 16th, 1620. Actually, this one should have been first. No, this is the 16th. Never mind. September 16th, 1620. On this date in 1620, English colonists aboard the Mayflower set sail for America, where they found Plymouth, Massachusetts, after 41 men, including William Bradford and Miles Standish, signed the Mayflower Compact. Next up, September 17th, 1862. Oh, excuse me, no. September 17th, 1787. The U.S. Constitution was signed by 39 delegates of the Constitutional Convention. Buddy went to see the Mayflower a few years ago. Sweet. Let's see. September 17th, 1862. Union forces halted the Confederate advance on Maryland during the Battle of Antietam. The battle resulted in more than 26,000 casualties, one of the bloodiest days of the American Civil War. Yes, buddy. So, yep, Civil War artwork here. Next up, September 17th, 1939. During World War II, the Soviet army invaded Poland from the east, joining Germany, which invaded from the west several weeks earlier, and the Polish government fled to Romania. Age forgotten around the time of Gettysburg. Yep, going back to the to that one. Next up, September 17th, 1972, the American TV series MASH, based on the 1970 Robert Altman film, debuted on CBS. And the show was hugely popular with both critics and viewers. My mom was such a huge fan of MASH. Every night, MASH was on, and she was in front of the TV. Let's see. We've only got a couple more, and I love MASH. I got to know it when I was a kid, of course, like I just said, because of my mom being a big fan of it. But I've never really gone out of my way to watch it since, if I'm being honest. September 18th, 1970, Jimi Hendrix passed away in London. And let's see, we've got two more. September 19th, 1976, United States President George Washington gave his farewell address, which was printed in a Philadelphia newspaper. He implored his country to maintain neutrality and avoid entangling alliances with Europe and warned against the formation of political parties. George Washington, the very first president of the United States. And our last one for this week in history. September 20th, 1519, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan departed from Spain on a quest to circumnavigate the globe. Although he died during the voyage, the expedition achieved its goal. So that will wrap us up for this week in history. So, with that being said, let's shift gears here. All right. So, have you guys brought your thinking caps? Because it is time to see how much you know about the Olympic class of ocean liners, Olympic, Titanic, and Britannic. Are you guys ready? Because we are going to get into this right now. And the way we're going to do it, I have 10 questions about Olympic. I have 10 questions about Titanic and 10 questions about Britannic. So 30 questions total. There's going to be a few bonus questions scattered in there as well. So without further ado, we are going to start with the lead ship of the class, of course, Olympic, or HMT Olympic, as she is seen in this illustration. So you guys ready? I will be keeping track of the questions to see who gets them right. Of course, there's no prize or anything like that. This is just for fun. We're just chilling, having a good time, and that's what this is all about. So, Anna was at a concert last night. That's why her head is still throbbing. So, anyway, question number 1. Here we go. What was the name of the U-boat that was sunk by Olympic? And that is why we're seeing this illustration here. I tried to find photos that would be relevant to each question. I didn't, I may not have achieved that 100% of the time, but I think I did pretty good. Did they rise the seals on the watertight doors after Titanic sank? I don't understand your question, Ozzy. Yeah, what was the name of the U-boat that was sunk by Olympic? Does anybody know? Let's see. We'll give it a few more seconds. I'm gonna do a count. I'm gonna do a little timer for each one, and let's see. Let's go with and I got it. That is the correct answer. And a U-103 is the correct answer for question 1. All right. Question number 2. Let's see. True or false? One of the upgrades that Olympic never got after Titanic sank was the addition of the Café Parisien. I'll repeat. True or false? One of the upgrades that Olympic never got after Titanic sank was the addition of the Café Parisien. Did she get the Café Parisien? Buddy has answered the question correctly. The answer is false. Olympic did, in fact, get a Café Parisien in her 1913 refit. So good job, Buddy. You got that correct. All right. Number 3. Who was the captain of Olympic when Titanic sank? Who was the captain of Olympic when Titanic sank? Let's see. Ozzy, the watertight seals, doors, they change after on Titanic. I think you're talking about the watertight doors were raised from E deck to B deck on Olympic and Britannic. So, no, Ozzy, it was not William Murdoch. Sadly, Murdoch did not survive Titanic sinking. Anna has answered correctly. Herbert Haddock was captain of Olympic when Titanic sank. Right. Let's see. Next up, question number 4. What was the name of the warship that struck Olympic on September 20th, 1911? The wreck that caused the horrific and stupid conspiracy theory about the Olympic and Titanic being switched. What was the name of that warship? Buddy got it. Buddy answered correctly. The HMS Hawk is the correct answer. All right. All right. Let's see. Moving on. Next question. True or false? After Olympics 1913 refit, she weighed more than Titanic. True or false? After Olympics 1913 refit, she weighed more than Titanic. Is that true or false? Anna is correct. The answer is true. Olympic did end up weighing more than Titanic after the refit. All right. You guys are answering these pretty fast, by the way. Just saying. Okay. Let's see. Yes. On October 27th, 1914, a British battleship struck a mine and eventually sunk. Olympic rescued the crew of this ship. What was the name of the battleship? And this photo is actually taken from Olympic, and you can see the battleship here is sinking. So I'll repeat the question. On October 27th, 1914, a British battleship struck a mine and eventually sunk. Olympic rescued the crew of this ship. What was the name of the battleship? I'm going to set a timer here. Let's see. Let's go with, we'll give it 15. Oh, I don't have to give it anything. Anna got it. Here we go. HMS Audacious. That is correct. So Anna got that one. Yes, HMS Audacious. I'll give you credit if you don't, even if you don't put RMS, HMS, HMT, HMHS. It doesn't matter as long as you get the name of the ship correct. Anna is on a roll. Okay, let's see. This one should be one. This one, welcome, Karen. Let's see. This should be an easy question for you guys. Everybody should know this. All right, here we go. Let's get her up nice and close there. There we go. Question 7. What was the nickname given to Olympic as a result of her wartime service? I refer to her by her nickname all the time. What's her nickname? What is Olympic's nickname? I know you guys know this. Let's see. Anna's on a roll here. Yes, Olympic was Old Reliable. All right. Yep. See, that was an easy one. Okay, let's see. What is the next question? The numbers question. Here we go. How many years was Olympic in service? Total years. How many years was Olympic in service? Does anybody know? How many years was Olympic in service? Let's see. Nobody, not 40. It's less than that. You're getting into like Aquitania stuff right there. Because of course Aquitania was the last 4-funneled ocean liner to exist. Let's see. Ozzy 37. Nope, not 37. Buddy, nope, not 14. Anna, nope, not 25. Let's see. Let me do I'm gonna do a 15-second timer, and if nobody gets it, nope, age not 23. Nope, Karen, not 12. Let's see. We'll do a 15-second timer. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I don't need to. Ozzy has got the correct number. Olympic was in service for 24 years. So Ozzy got question 8 correct. 24 years. All right. Oh, bonus question. You see this ship over here on the right? Who can tell me what ship this is? First person to answer gets the bonus point. What is this four-funneled ship painted in white next to Olympic? This is Olympic over here on the left. What ship is this on the right? Can anybody guess for a bonus point? Excuse me. No age, it's not Britannic. Can anybody guess? Oh, welcome, Mark. Yes, age. You got it. The correct answer is Mauritania. That is correct. So age got that question correct. And the reason why Mauritania is painted in white, for those who don't know, in her last few years of service, Mauritania served as a cruise ship, and she was painted up in white for that. All right, let's see. Our next question is going to be true or false. Olympic was converted from coal burning to oil burning in the 1920s. True or false? No, I have competition. Oh yeah, but you guys are doing great so far. I'm digging this. But true or false? Olympic was. Oh, let's see. Oh, we got a bunch. We already got it. Buddy, you answered first, so you get the credit for that one. So let's see. And you're all correct, but Buddy just answered first, so Buddy's got it. And let's see. Our last question. You're fixing your ponytail. The last question for Olympic. You guys ready? Here we go. True or false? Olympic was struck by a torpedo during World War I that failed to detonate. True or false? Olympic was struck by a torpedo during World War I that failed to detonate. Let's see. I'm gonna let it. Yeah, this is fun. True. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I'm let's see. All right. Let's see who and Anna answered true first. Mark, you're not being ignored. I see your comments. And whoever answers the question, whoever I see pop up in the chat first, that's who gets credit for the answer. And Anna answered correctly first, so Anna gets the credit for question 10. I see you. I see you on here, Mark. All right. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. All right. Here we go. We're moving. That's the 10 questions for Olympic. Now we're gonna move on to Titanic. So remember, 10 questions apiece. All right, and let's see. Here we go, guys. Titanic's first question. Are you ready? What was the total number? Okay, sorry, I got distracted. I'm trying to catch up with chat. I'm trying to keep up with you guys in chat. First question for Titanic. What was the total number of lifeboats on Titanic? How many lifeboats did Titanic have total? That is the first question. Remember, whoever's answer I see first in the chat is the person who gets it. Let's see. Mark said 29. Nope. Buddy, 20. Buddy answered correctly. Buddy's the first one to answer correctly. She had 20 lifeboats total. So let's see. Because remember, she had 16 regular boats and 4 collapsibles, total of 20. Let's see. Next question. Let's see. Question number 2 for Titanic. How many feet down is Titanic's wreck? How many feet down is Titanic's wreck? Does anybody know? Buddy. Yep. 12,500 feet. That is the correct answer. Okay. Moving on. Question 3. Who was the original captain of Titanic? Buddy typing too fast. Who was the original captain of Titanic? Let's see. Mark, I'm going to give you credit for that because I know it's actually Haddock, Herbert Haddock, but I'm going to give you credit for that. So I love watching besides guessing. Anyway, this is fun. No Ozzy, not William Murdoch. Herbert Haddock was the original captain of Titanic. He was captain of the ship for a total of 6 days. Haddock did the sea trials for Titanic. He was the captain during the sea trials. A few days after that, they swapped. Smith went from Olympic to Titanic. Haddock went from Titanic to Olympic. Okay. All right. Next question. And I've never heard about him being on Titanic. Yep. He was technically the first captain. Okay, our next question. What was Titanic's last port of call before leaving Ireland? No worries, Mark. This is, like I said, we're just having fun here. This is all for fun. Yep. Who was what was Titanic's last port of call before leaving Ireland? No, Mark, not Cherbourg. Cherbourg was one of her ports of call, but it wasn't the last one. The last place she was. Buddy got it. Queenstown was the last port of call before she left for Ireland. All right, bonus question. Queenstown is no longer Queenstown. Does anybody know what Queenstown is called today? It is not called Queenstown anymore. Does anybody know what Queenstown is called today? No, Ozzy, not Southampton. Mark, I'm going to give you credit for that. Close enough. Cove. It's spelled C-O-L-B-H, but it's pronounced Cove, C-O-V-E. All right. So there we go. That is our bonus question for this one. And let's see. Okay, this is a multiple choice question. And you can obviously tell by this picture who it's about. But multiple choice. At what time in the evening did Thomas Andrews confirm to Captain Smith that Titanic was going to sink? Was it 12:25, 12:30, or 12:40? What time in the evening did Thomas Andrews confirm to Captain Smith that Titanic was going to sink? 12:25, 12:30, or 12:40? Mark got it. Oh, nope, sorry, buddy. I did not mean to highlight yours. Mark got it. The correct answer is 12:25. All right. So let's see. Okay. Next question. Who was the first adult survivor to pass away? This one's kind of a giveaway. I'm showing you his picture. Who was the first adult survivor to pass away? Who knows the answer? Who is this man? We've talked about him a lot. No, Anna, not Ismay. Okay. I'm going to give Mark that. Grasu, I guess that's close enough. It's Archibald Gracie. That's who we're looking at right here. He was the first adult survivor to pass away. He passed away. Stop it. So Archibald Gracie was the first adult survivor to pass away. He passed away in December of 1912. He was a diabetic, and he survived by being on overturned collapsible B, and he never recovered fully from his injuries from the sinking. And again, he passed away in December of 1912. Bonus question. Yeah, yes, wrote a book too. We covered that book a few months ago. I re-listened to the audiobook for the first time. Bonus question. Does anybody know what city Archibald Gracie was born? Does anybody know what city Archibald Gracie was born in? Be neat to find that book in real life. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, buddy, I don't know. Anna got it. Mobile, Alabama. I was about to throw you guys a hint and say like either BB60 or Big U, but I didn't have to. So let's see. Scratch that. I put it in the wrong column. Okay. Next question. Let's see. So I think we should all know who this gentleman is. What cabins, and I want all three numbers, which cabins did Bruce Ismay occupy on Titanic? You got to give me all three numbers. Yep, you guys are right. It's Bruce Ismay. But which cabins did he occupy on the ship? I want all three numbers. If you think back to the movie, okay, Mark, close enough. Cabins B52, 54, and 56. The same ones Rose and her gang occupied in the movie. So let's see. That's question 7. All right. Oops. Yep. Okay, 52, 54, 56. All right. Let's see. This one will be interesting. So we're going to look at one of Father Brown's pictures for the next question. The suction from Titanic's propellers caused what ship to break its moorings and almost collide with Titanic when she was leaving Southampton? Which ship is this right here? This is Titanic right here on the left. And yep, Mark answered it first. The SS City of New York or City of New York is, I'll accept either one of those because you can find some, you can do some research and see where she was just referred to as the New York. So I will accept that. So yeah, and again, this is Father Brown's photo, or one of his photos. This is Titanic here on the left, and you can see how close the stern of the City of New York came to hitting Titanic. Okay, now let's see. Next question. So actually, let me make sure I gave Mark his credit. Yes, I did. Okay, true or false? Only one of Titanic's 6 lookouts did not survive the sinking. True or false? Only one of Titanic's lookouts, or 6 lookouts, did not survive the sinking. Yep, that is Frederick Fleet. But true or false? Only one of Titanic's 6 lookouts did not survive the sinking. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. Buddy, I see you got it first. Buddy's going to get credit for that one. The answer is false. Mark, you got it right too, but Buddy answered first. Okay. So here's a bonus question concerning the lookouts. What was the name of the 2 lookouts that were on duty during the collision? You playing Judas Priest. What was the name of the lookouts, the names of the 2 lookouts that were on duty during the collision? Bonus question. Let's see. Mark. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's kind of tempting to accept, actually. So Anna got it right. The answer is Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee. Mark put Fleet and Ozzy. Yeah, Frederick Fleet and Ozzy Osbourne. So Anna got it. Okay. And our last Titanic question. This gentleman here, you probably know who he is. I'm pretty much giving it to you. Who was actually steering Titanic when the iceberg was spotted? Whose hands were physically on the wheel steering the ship when the iceberg was spotted? Who is this man? Let's see. Yes, Mark. Mark got it. Quartermaster Robert Hitchens. So Mark got number 20. And so also worth noting that Robert Hitchens was also the sailor like in charge of lifeboat number 6, which is the lifeboat that Molly Brown was in. All right. So that is all of the Titanic questions. So now we are going to be moving on to Britannic. Excuse me. All right. First question for Britannic. True or false? Like her sisters, or excuse me, Britannic, like her sisters, was intended to be a passenger-carrying ocean liner. She only ever served this purpose once. True or false? She only served as an ocean liner once. True or false? Let's see. Who's going to get this? Anna says true. Mark says true. Buddy says true. Anyone else? Or actually twice. Okay. So guys, the answer, Ozzy says Murdoch. No, not, not, no. Murdoch did not was ever on Britannic. Murdoch did not survive Titanic's sinking. So actually, the answer is false. Britannic never, ever, not one time, served as an ocean liner. She never served as an ocean liner. So we're gonna scratch that one off, and we're gonna move on to question number 2. And here we go. Out of the over 1,000 people on board, how many people did not survive the sinking of Britannic? How many people died during the sinking? How many people did not survive the sinking of Britannic? Buddy says 60. Buddy says 30. The correct answer is 30. So let's put that one down for Buddy. And let's see. Here we go. Next question. What was the name of Britannic's captain? This is Britannic's captain. What was his name? Does anybody know his name? No, not Turner. Although William Turner is a very famous captain from those times. Turner was captain of Lusitania when she was torpedoed. Yes. Anna. Charles Alfred Bartlett. So Anna got 23. Let's see. Was installed? Mark says installed as an ocean liner, was a hospital ship, tried to be an ocean liner. Yeah, 2 different occasions they tried to make her an ocean liner, but she never actually sailed as a passenger ocean liner carrying paying passengers. She only ever carried or served as a hospital ship. So let's see. Okay, what was up? I'm losing my spot. Bear with me, guys. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Next question. Let's get in Zoomer here. Okay. Let's see. True or false? Unlike her sisters, Britannic's forward first class lifts extended all the way up to boat deck. So think about the lifts, on Titanic. Britannic had those same lifts, but true or false? Britannic's lifts went all the way up to the boat deck. Titanic and Olympics never did. Is that true or false? Gantry. Oh yeah, for sure. I think we've had this conversation also about the gantry davits. A lot of people find them to be an eyesore. I never did. I had no problem with the gantry davits. Let's see. Buddy, everybody got it right, but Buddy, I see your answer first. So there we go. All right, next question. So this is interesting. This is not Olympic, Titanic, or Britannic. You can see the name on the side of the ship here. So, true or false? Despite being the largest of the Olympic class, Britannic never held the title of world's largest ship. Is that true or false? Here's one. Was the portholes open during the sinking? True or false? Oh yeah, the nurses opened up all the portholes to keep fresh air coming into the ship. Let's see. Let's see. Anna, Mark, and Ozzy got it correct, but I see Anna's popped up first. The answer is true. Despite being the largest of the Olympic class ships, when Britannic went on her first trip, she was not the largest ship in the world. This ship right here, and we zoom in, you can see the title, the Vaterland, SS Vaterland. At the time Britannic went into her hospital ship service, Vaterland was the largest ship in the world. Mark Majestic was the biggest White Star Line ship. Absolutely, she most certainly was. But at the time Britannic went into her hospital ship service, Vaterland. You thought I said Waterland? No, the Vaterland. So let's see. That was, who got that one right? Let's see. I think Anna got that one. Let's see. Yeah, Anna got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'm losing my spot, guys. Bear with me. So yeah, Anna. Okay, so we've got 4 more questions, and that will conclude our trivia. Okay. Oop, nope. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, question 6. I did give Anna credit for that question. So, question 6. What is the name of the U-boat that laid the mine that sunk Britannic? Why is there an ad? I never noticed that before. It kind of does look like an ad. She's talking about this right here. What is the name of the U-boat that laid the mine that sunk Britannic? U1, 2, 3, 4. Buddy, U12. Nope. Anna. U73. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our next question. Oh, here we go. That's a person that looks very familiar. What is the name of the well-known nurse that barely survived Britannic's sinking, also survived Titanic's sinking, and was on board Olympic when it was struck by HMS Hawk? Everyone should know this person. Yep, and there's Mark. Violet Jessup. Yep, Violet Jessup. Yes, Mark did get it first. I gave Mark credit for that. Okay, let's see. We've got 3 more questions. So let's see. Let's move on. Yep, 3-time survivor. Well, I mean, everyone survived the Olympic collision, but it's just uncanny, you know, the fact that she was even on it and would go on to survive both the sinkings of the sister ships. And I'd have stopped after Titanic if I were her. All right, here we go. Let's keep the whole ship in view right there. Okay. Britannic had 5 sets of gantry davits installed on the ship. How many was she supposed to have total? So she had 5, but she was supposed to have more if she had ever been an ocean liner. How many was she supposed to have total? Let's see. Okay, nope, not 7. How many total was she supposed to have? Nope, not 6. You guys are in the ballpark. Anna, nope, not 6. You guys are in the ballpark. You're almost there. Not 5. Because remember, she had 5. Mark 50. You would have never seen any part of the deck if she had 50 of them. They would have been on the well deck. They would have been on the bow, on the stern. Her name is on the picture. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to go 15 seconds here. Let's see. Let me start up a timer here. Let's see, 15 seconds. How many was she supposed to have total? And I got it. Never mind. There we go. If she had served as an ocean liner, she was intended to have 8 gantry davits total. So there we go. All right. 2 more questions. Let's see. So this next question, we've actually already answered this question, but let's check your memories here. It was 8. Okay, let's see. True or false? Second to last question. In addition to serving as a hospital ship, Britannic also served as a troop ship. In addition to serving as a hospital ship, Britannic also served as a troop ship. Let's see. Is that true or false? Buddy. I see Buddy's answer first. That is correct. Again, Britannic never did anything but be a hospital ship. That's all she ever was. Okay. And the last question of the evening. I'm gonna ask the question, then I'm gonna bring up the last picture. What year? Wait, I think I messed up. Okay. Yeah, what year was Britannic's wreck discovered? Who knows what year Britannic's wreck was discovered? She was actually discovered before Titanic. So throwing you a hint, it happened before 1985. Or it happened before September 1st, 1985, to be more specific. Yes. 1975, to more specifically, December 3rd, 1975. And let's see. Bonus question. Last question, guys, for the evening. And it's a bonus question. Who's this guy? This is the guy that discovered Britannic. Who's this guy? Anybody know? Anybody know who this guy is? Mark the wreck was decision. There you go, Anna. You got it. Oops, sorry, nope, wrong one. You guys are too fast for me. Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau discovered the wreck of Britannic on December 3rd, 1975. Okay, so I'm going to add this up 2 ways. I'm going to add up all of them total, and then I'm going to add up just Titanic and Britannic, because Mark joined us right at the beginning of Titanic. So I want to see, I want to get a comparison here. So Anna, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Okay. All right. Buddy, Ozzy, age, and Mark. Bear with me a sec, guys. I'm adding everybody's points up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Buddy got 9. Let's see. Ozzy got 1. H got 1. Mark, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I'm just curious on something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, all right. So here's the results. So Anna got the most questions correct, followed by Buddy, followed by Mark. So those are our top three. But it'd have been a lot tighter if Mark was here at the beginning, because he was keeping it a close race once he joined and got with on the Titanic questions. So Anna, you got 15 total correct. Buddy got 9. Mark got 8. Yeah, no worries, Mark. It's no big deal. But I think it would have been a much tighter race if you were here with the Olympic questions, because you know, I know you know a good bit about Olympic too. So it's all good. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun, and if you guys would like to do another one like this in the future, let me know, and I will come up with some more questions, and we can do this again. And I thought for sure I was screwed when Mark got here. Yeah. Oh, and like I said, it would have been a much tighter race if Mark was here from the get go. Okay. So that is going to wrap us up for this week, guys. Yeah, Mark says yes, more. Buddy, yes, please do another one. Don't worry, we will absolutely do some more of these in the future. If you guys enjoyed this, because I certainly enjoyed it, we can definitely do some more like this. Is the AAT Titanic in for repair? No, the AAT Titanic never goes for repairs, and she will never strike an iceberg. She sails on and on and on. All right, guys. Yeah, Anna also agrees. She's digging it too. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that is going to wrap us up for this week. I thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me and having fun with this trivia. I had a blast with it. I'm glad to see you guys did too. And we will do more of these, of course, in the future. Excuse me. Enjoy your weekend, guys. And as always, until the next time, you guys know the drill. Drive safely.